Hello everyone. Today, on this Halloween night, we are going to be reviewing the top 5 scariest regular show terror tales of the park. A couple of things to get out of the way before the video starts is, first of all, this list will be in order of what I consider to be the scariest tales, not necessarily the best ones. I also just wanted to say that I'm sorry for not uploading as much on this channel as I used to. I've been really busy with school and work, and like I said before, this has been relegated to my second channel, and I have a new channel now where I'm going to be uploading a lot more frequently, so please go subscribe to my Ghost Host channel if you have not done so already. Link to it is in the description. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. At number 5, we have High Five Ghost's story, Going Up. I'm not gonna lie, the story is quite tame for the most part and is actually pretty funny throughout most of the runtime. But there is one reason why this one makes it on my top 5 list. The ending. The end to the story where the elevator repairman shrivels up into a living corpse on screen and then drags Fives down with him as the elevator crashes, killing him, is extremely sudden and shocking, especially since the rest of the story was so lighthearted. The sharp and quick contrast definitely made this moment stand out, and it was legitimately scary to me, which is why this terror tale makes it at number 5. In fourth is The Wallpaper Man. Just like most terror tales, this one mixes the scares with a couple of good laughs, but it definitely has more of a serious horror element than most of the other tales. Jan is actually kind of creepy because of how off he seems, and his deranged look is pretty spooky. The part where Mordecai, Rigby, and Pops search for Benson in the labyrinth of wallpaper has a sort of surreal feel to it, and was scary in its own right. Finally, the scene where Jan transforms into a giant spider is creepy, and the giant spider is a nice touch. Overall, it's just a solid and spooky terror tale, and deserving of its placement in the top 5. In the number 3 spot is Jacked Up O-Lantern. The story starts off pretty graphic, with Muscleman smashing this pumpkin guy's wife.
This is really what I
Wait, let me say that again. With Muscleman smashing this pumpkin guy's wife. From there on, the story actually has a pretty creepy atmosphere, with the pumpkin husband guy tracking down each member of the group and turning them into pumpkins and smashing them. The setting of an empty cornfield at night only adds to the spookiness of the situation of being hunted down by a murderous pumpkin monster, and altogether that made Jacked Up O-Lantern one of the more memorable and scary terror tales from the entire show, which is why it lands at number 3. In second is Pops' story from the 4th Terror Tale special, The Wonderful Adventure of the Mysterious Hole in the Park. There is a very specific reason this particular tale ranks so high on my list. The atmosphere. Out of all the terror tales of the park, this one was the most surreal, and had the most dystopian and depressing tone. Just something about the members of the park being trapped in the park for the rest of their lives, as they have to sacrifice each other one by one every year, is just psychologically scary. There's not real gore or anything too violent or graphic shown, although the bones of Fives and Thomas show up in the episode, heavily implying that their own friends chose to basically kill them by sacrificing them to the hole, but it's more so the mood of this story that gets me. Sure, the concept is really dark as well, but the tone of this story until the end is genuinely ominous, mysterious, but also depressing. And all of those factors combined make it rank second on my list. The scariest terror tale of the park, in my opinion, is In the House. There's a couple of reasons this story topped the rest, but the main one I want to emphasize on is the kills. This story was from the first terror tales of the park, and at this point, Cartoon Network still allowed regular show to get away with more than most animated shows could at the time. That definitely translated into some extremely graphic kills for a cartoon that aired on a kid's network. You got Muscle Man being skinned alive, Fives being grinded up and his liquid remains being shot back on his friends, Skips being incinerated, and Mordecai literally being decapitated. The show did have to add in some quick, clever, and funny remarks by the characters as they died in order to still keep the tone light enough, but my goodness, those graphic kills were definitely a product of a time now gone by. The mood was also pretty dark, with Rigby having to hear each of his friends being killed as he sits helpless and can't do anything about it. The wizard guy's design is kind of spooky too, but what really gave this one the edge was the kills. And in my opinion, In the House is the scariest terror tale from regular show. Were there any I left off my list? What's your ranking? I would love to know in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please go subscribe and check out my new channel, as that is where I will be uploading way more frequently, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a great day.